Wale ambao wanatuingiza kwa siasa mapema ni adui wa Tharaka Nithi County, kwa sababu wakati wa siasa bado haujafika. Siku ya siasa itafika.
Maendeleo ya Kenya ni tu, barabara za Meru ni tu, afya ya Wameru ni tu, viwanja vya Meru ni tu, Mheshimiwa Ali ni tu, Seneta Kadhuri Moronge ni tu.
A very good evening and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your greatest support. Fellow Kenyans, as we get into this discussion, I want us to listen to something that has been said by William Samoei Ruto today concerning his engagement with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, with Raila Amolo Odinga, together with Gideon Moi. Let us listen to William Ruto.
Na viongozi wengi katika taifa letu la Kenya. Nimeongea na wabunge almost 80% of parliament, one on one, to explain to them how we are going to move this country from a third world country to a first world country. I have had a conversation with our former Prime Minister Raila Odinga on how we are going to move this country from a third world country to a first world country. I have engaged my brother, former President Uhuru Kenyatta, on how we are going to move this country from a third world country to a first world country. I have engaged many, including Gideon Moi recently, on how we are going to move this country from a third world country to a first world country. And I will continue to engage all the leaders until we come together so that we can take this country to be a first world country in our lifetime, because it is possible.
Nataka pia niwashukuru ndugu zangu viongozi wa mji wetu wa Nairobi, kutoka governor, wabunge wa bunge letu la kitaifa na wabunge pia wa county. Najua tuko na mjadala mkubwa katika mji huu, kwa sababu mji wa Nairobi ni sura ya taifa letu la Kenya. Wageni wengi wanapofika hapa ndivyo watakavyopata kujua vipi Kenya ilivyo. Na sababu hiyo, we must make sure that Nairobi presents the right image of the Republic of Kenya. Mimi nimeketi chini na hawa viongozi, nimeketi chini na MCS walikuja kuniona, nimeketi chini na governor, nimeketi chini na wabunge wa Nairobi, na tumekubaliana mambo matatu ya muhimu ambayo national government itasaidiana na county government kuyatimiza. Jambo la kwanza ni kusafisha mji wa Nairobi. Nairobi cannot continue to be the city in the filth. Ninyi mnaona tayari tumeanza kusafisha Nairobi River. Kuna vijana zaidi ya 40,000 wako katika hiyo mpango ya Nairobi River Regeneration. Na sasa all our estates, we are in the final stages, and governor is here. We are in the final stages of signing an agreement with the private sector on how we are going to clean this city. It cannot continue the way it is. Jambo la pili, tumekubaliana ya kwamba lazima pia city yetu ya Nairobi isiwe na matope, barabara za matope, barabara ambazo ziko hivi hivi. We have also agreed on what we need to do, and I have committed that the national government is going to provide resources so that we can support the city of Nairobi. Na jambo la tatu, tumekubaliana vile vile ya kwamba hii city itakuwa ni city yenye iko na mwangaza. Tuko na giza sehemu nyingi, na kukiwa na giza tuko na mambo ambayo mnajua yanaendelea kule kwenye giza. Shetani anapenda mahali penye giza, ndio anazungusha mambo maovu. So, and I want to say that I have agreed the national government.
Now, having heard that, or William Ruto having said that, there are a lot of questions that we need to ask ourselves. And in this video, I know that we are going to have a lot of things to discuss, because let us all accept that the names that William Ruto mentioned, or the names that he has mentioned, that is Gideon Moi, Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, au ni wale wa Dynasty. You see the Dynasty, the big three. Those are that is the biggest families in Kenya, in this country. Gideon Moi representing Moi. Then Uhuru Kenyatta is representing Jomo Kenyatta mzee, and Raila Odinga is representing Oginga Odinga. And then now William Ruto is coming in, is chipping in and having a discussion with them. So my question is this: back then when William Ruto was campaigning in 2022, William Ruto used to tell us that this group is the group of dynasties, and he is the king of hustlers. Whereby, remember him saying that Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta are dynasties. Like the government that is going to be formed, or the war is in between the dynasties and the hustlers. So let us put this thing straight. So it means that right now the dynasty thing, or the hustler thing has disappeared, right? Because you can't tell me that William Ruto is telling us right now that he engaged with the dynasties, the people that he was calling the dynasties, yet he was the king of hustlers. Uhuru Kenyatta was the king of dynasties. He led Raila Odinga. You know, they wanted to become they wanted this power in 2022. Right now, William Ruto is the president, the chief hustler. So the chief hustler is trying to look for the dynasties. What are they saying? That is the question. What are they saying? What are they going to discuss? Or what have they been discussing? Are they discussing on how they can put us in trouble? Are they discussing on how they can bring a lot of problems in this country? Those are the things that we really need to talk about. I've seen a lot of people asking questions. And one thing we have to agree, or we have to accept, is this: that these three people, or these four people coming together, it means that they are coming below William Ruto to contest, right? William Ruto is the president. So these guys, he engaged all of them. They are coming under him so that they can help him rule over 20 years. Remember, William Ruto was saying, there is something that I mentioned, that if we are not very careful, William Ruto will rule for even 20 years. So can you imagine William Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, Gideon Moi coming together? Why? These have been enemies. These have been enemies for a very long time. Hawa ni watu ambao hakuna jinsi ambavyo wangeweza kuonana ana kwa ana. Like they could have not even sat down and discussed anything. So right now, wao hao tu ndio tunaambiwa ya kwamba wamekubaliana, wanaenda uketi pamoja, wanaenda kuangalia jinsi ambavyo wanaweza wakatengeneza mambo ya Kenya yawe. That is a lie. Let us not lie to ourselves. Please, inafika wakati ambapo tuseme ukweli. The hustler nation, or the hustler smoke, disappeared in the sky. And first world fantasy has begun. Now, this is the fantasy. The fantasy is, I was the chief of hustlers. But right now, I'm not the chief of hustlers. I'm going to lead the dynasty. So it means that I was hiding behind the hustler narrative, yet I'm one of the dynasties. If William Ruto can be considered one of the richest presidents in the world, not in Africa, in the world, so it means that there are a lot of things that this guy has taken from Kenyans. So I don't know whether William Ruto is looking at us na anaona sisi ni watu wajinga, sisi ni dwanzi, because in 2022 he lied to Kenyans. that these people were the problem. I want us to get this thing right, because this is the thing that is really affecting us. In 2022, William Ruto himself lied to us Kenyans that these guys were the problem. Remember when they used to insult each other every now and then, in every opportunity they got, they used to insult each other. Wanatusiana, mara huyu ni mganga, mara huyu ni mchawi, mara huyu. In fact, William Ruto warned Uhuru Kenyatta to stay away from his family. So how comes the person that he was warning to stay away from his family, they're now sitting with together discussing matters relating to the nation? In fact, it's not even matters relating to the nation, it is matters relating to themselves, matters relating to their personal gain. So how are we going to do away with all these narratives? How are we going to do away with all these things? How are we going to cope? Those are the kind of questions that we need to ask ourselves. But truth of the matter is that in 2027, all of us must accept that in 2027 things will not be easy. Like, things are not going to be the way they are, the way they've been. That is it. You see, things are not going to be the way we are seeing them, blah blah and all that. No, a lot of things must change. A lot of things are going to change. There is a wave. I know that there is a wave that is going to come. Now, this wave is going. This wave, what it's going to do, the wave is going to do away, is going to sweep away these people that call themselves dynasties, these people that pretend that hao ndio watetezi wa wananchi, ila hali hao wanajitetea wenyewe. You see where the problem is coming from? The problem is coming from these leaders, and I normally say that let us be very much careful with the people that we give opportunity to rule us. The people that are in position that they're supposed to rule us, hao ndio watu ambao wanatumiza kabisa, because they come today with a different narrative. They come pretending to be so good. Wanakuja wanajifanya kwamba hao ni watu wazuri sana, but all in all unakuja napata kwamba hakuna kitu ambacho wanakifanya. So let me ask this. William Ruto has been in power for 3 years, right? 3 years, he's still talking about engaging. Instead of doing the actual work, they're not. In fact, they're not even. William Ruto is not even talking about the actual work. He's still talking about the engagement. He's engaging. Engaging why? What for? Okay, you are engaging. Yes. What for? A very simple question. For how long will you engage and miss or and fail to do the work? Because according to us, our expectation as citizens is to see that you are working. We really want to see what you are doing. We really want to. We are waiting for you because you promised us. So we want to see the outcome. You want to see what you promised us. Can you deliver? What we need or what we want as Kenyans is for you to deliver. We don't want to. We don't. Hatutaki kitu ambacho hatutaki wananchi. Hatutaki stories. Hatutaki stories. We are tired of stories. Mara kulienda kukakua kukawa. Ati sijafanya hivi ndio maana. You know, if you are not very careful, are you seeing what Museveni is doing in Uganda? Museveni has been ruling for 40 years. Right now, he is still asking for more years for another term to finish the projects or the developments that he started. Mtu amekaa kwa serikali 40 years. Hakuna kitu ambacho amekifanya. Na ni mzee, saizi analia anasema kwamba naomba mnipe muda nikamilishe yale mambo ambayo nilianza, maendeleo ambayo nilianza kufanya. Sijayakamalizia. Miaka 40 hujamaliza maendeleo hata moja. Bado nalilia watu, nataka hao watu wenyewe wakupe nafasi, bado zidi kuongoza. Seriously. Why are we here? Why are all these things happening in our country? And why is it that we can't say anything? Why? Mbona tumenyimwa nafasi ya kuzungumza? Why are you engaging? You know, the problem is not even about meeting. The problem is, why are you engaging them? Because this government was formed based on the hustler narrative, that this government is the government of hustlers. So itakuwaje that now the dynasties are being involved in the hustlers government? Kuna mchezo hapa ya town ambayo tunachezewa yenye tusipochunga tutaambulia patupu, because unaona our dynasties ndo wameharibu Kenya. These same dynasties are the people that have really ruined this country. Hii nchi imeharibiwa kabisa na dynasties. Imagine kuleta hao watu wote pamoja. Uchukue Raila Odinga, uchukue Uhuru Kenyatta, uchukue Gideon Moi, uwalete pamoja. alafu uingiane nao uingiane nao, and then bado nataka sisi wananchi tukuamini. Mbona tukuamini by the way? No, my question is, now tell me, why should we trust William Ruto? Why should we trust these people that is bringing on the table? Anajua at the end of the day utaanza kuuliza what are you bringing on the table, like some men normally ask their women that what are you bringing on the table. So okay, what is it that they are going to bring to William Ruto? Wanaenda kumpiga kura. Okay, Ruto, no, William, Gideon Moi, Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta ni watu watatu. Those are 3 votes. 3 votes cannot make William Ruto the president. That is a lie. The second thing is nimeona kitu fulani kikitendeka, and I think this one is putting people's lives at risk. What I normally believe, or I normally know, is that when a chopper inataka kutoka, watu wapaswi kukua karibu. But I want you to watch this and imagine this one is a politician. Na huyu kama ni mwanasiasa bado atahitaji hawa watu waje wakampigie kura mwaka 2027. And then we Kenyans, let me ask, ni kutokuwa na akili ambayo imepanuka ama kwa shida inakuaga wapi? Kwa sababu uwezi ukaniambia kwamba wewe mwenyewe wajue kwamba hii ni hatari. These are chopper. And the way chopper takes off is completely different. I should not even be near it. Kwanza hiyo propeller, the way hiyo hewa na nini, it's very dangerous. What if ikatike? Au watu wote wenye kwa hapo around watakufa. So even as much as these our politicians keep on doing these things, let them understand that people are around them. Kuna watu ambao wako na maisha wanawazunguka. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me just know what to think in the comment section. Please don't forget to drop me a comment. Tell me where you are watching this video from. Until we meet again in the next video, if it's possible, I have been your host, Boniface. Bingo.